Welcome once again to Let's Play Thief Deadly Shadows with FrozenFoxy. Today we're looking at creepy half-statues. I don't know where the keepers got their taste in statues, but those are very, very creepy statues. Anyway, this is to Katika's chambers, so before I go to Katika's, I am going to go over here to the Hall of Statues, which obviously means more creepy statues. Ugh. Anyway, you might notice in here, while I'm traversing the place, that there's no one here, except for a lot of creepy statues. And yet, this is going to be one of the very few places that I actually start putting out lights. Anyway, here's our first piece of loot out of 20 pieces left. I don't believe there's anything else right here. Hall of Statues, right this way. I'm going to go over here first, though. Wow, that book went flying. I don't know. Oh, there it is. Yes. Why does it sound like a heartbeat in here? That is really creepy. Okay, so let's get a good viewpoint. Another piece of loot, making 2 of our 20 that we need. Aha, another piece of loot, which looks like the inebrious thing. So we have 3 now. Anything up there? No. Anything over here? No. And no. Jeez, those creepy statues are everywhere. How can these keepers even stand having these things around? Creepy, creepy. Anyways, that's 5 pieces. And now we shall open this chest and enjoy another piece of loot, bringing us to 6 pieces of loot. And if we go up here, see what Garrett has to say about this glyph over here.
Something tells me there's no coming back.
Oh yeah?
I should finish everything else I've got to do first.
Yes, like gathering loot. Because that's really all we have to do, is gather lots and lots of loot. Alright, well, back to the Hall of Statues. I didn't really feel like going over here because it is rather creepy, but I shall. I must. Ugh, creepy statues. Alright, this is a rather loud place. Anyway, while you will find out later why, I'm going to put out these torches right now. Because, I don't really feel like dealing with what we're going to have to deal with soon enough. And, you'll see, you'll see. Some arrows. Not that we particularly need them anymore. Anyway, there's a chest over in this corner. Alright. Let's see here. Ooh, 2 more pieces of loot, bringing us up to 8 pieces out of our 20. Yes. Okay, why do they have to make this place so creepy? Ugh. Hall of Statues. Yuck. Huh. Interesting little room. We passed through here before. I suppose it is time to, seek what is over in Katika's chambers. Yes. Huh. Looks like someone sitting over there reading a book. Well, I wouldn't want to disturb them. Yes. Oh, wait. The hell? It's like a statue. That's not what Katika looked like before.
Whoever did this knows a lot more about glyphs than most keepers. That's not good.
Katika's skin was peeling and crap. This doesn't look anything like what Katika was. Tch. Yeah, right. Anyway, there's piece number 9. Why are there so many creepy statues in this place? Can't stand it. Alright, what book were you reading when you died? Algavi's Trustees on Sentience, Section 24. Well, if you were killed reading this book, perhaps these sentience are important. To trace the history of the artifacts is to trace a history of strife and chaos. Where they appear, war follows, or catastrophe. Several fractions have ascribed a beneficent purpose, or even a religious origin to the artifacts that fall into their hands, but they delude themselves. An artifact serves no master but itself. To name them artifacts as if they shared one origin or motive is misleading. Several are sentient, but whether they share a common sentience is unknown. They have never gathered in one place. To speculate what might happen is beyond current knowledge. The end of the world, or the beginning of something entirely new. Following the movements of these elusive objects is relatively easy, as each subsequent owner falls prey to their influences. An exception to this is the crown, the whereabouts of which is unknown. References to it can be found in pagan mythologies, who believe it was given by the trickster to an offshoot race, though we can find no evidence that this race ever existed. Well, that's probably because you put a glyph in front of the door and you never went there and you forgot about it. Oi, you keepers. You think you know everything when you're an elder and you're just stupid. Whatever. Anyways, here's Katika. Oh god, a creepy statue in Katika's chambers. Oh, why must I endure this? Oh well. 11 pieces of loot. And a strange plate. Yes. Another piece of loot here, another piece of loot there, bringing us up to 13. Oh, a candle under a desk, bringing us up to 14. I'm not going to read this note just yet. And you'll see why later on. So, first we are going to go over here to, I guess, what is, maybe an assistant chamber or something of the sort. Yes, with books that are useless. Oh, what do we have here? That brings us to 16 pieces of loot. Here we are. 17 pieces of loot. There's a book here, but first I'm going to pick this. This is where we will find our last 3 pieces of loot, but if you notice, I can only see 2 pieces of loot at the moment. 1 and 2. This particular piece of loot always eludes me quite a bit, because even though it's actually here, you can't really see it very well. But if you duck down and you just try to select, there it is. And that's kind of like the more or less secret piece of loot of this level. I mean, there was those 2 pieces that we found by scaling the chamber, and that bowl, and the candle on top of the shelf, so there was some other secret pieces of loot, but I'll be damned if this wasn't the most secret piece of loot in the entire level.